everybody. For anybody who is watching this and don't know who I am, my name is Deanne. And if you're watching this, I know you know who this is. And I got to remember to point the opposite way. This is Linda G. I'm so happy you're here. If you watch Political Tarot, then you got to know who she is. If you don't watch Political Tarot, please, her description or her link is at the description box. And it's also in the chat because you're missing out if you're not watching her. So
I'm not doing readings, you guys. I'm not booking readings. People always say, I've been watching you, you know. If you've been watching me since I started, there's a lot of people that are like Mel and Sterling and everybody that I introduce. And a lot of people will write me and say, oh, did you watch so-and-so? And I say, yeah, I introduced them. That's how long I've been doing this. People don't realize that, you know.
You have been doing it
since
a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started watching you a couple years before I came on, and used to have coffee and sit and watch it. Dale knows your voice. He's oh, you're watching Linda, and he watches you too. So, but oh yeah, you're gonna love him. I can't wait to get to meet you at the convention where I can actually give you a real hug, and I hope you like real hugs because I'm a hugger. I'm not this little mealy mouth. You do like hugs? Good.
Yeah,
I always feel weird when they say, oh no, I don't like hugs. I'm like,
there's a lot of people out there like that. They don't like, it's okay. They're just some people that don't like hugs.
It just threw me back the first time somebody said that to me because I'd never met anybody like that.
If this man came up to me and offered a hug, I demand more than just the hug.
Oh yeah, I can see why. I like the young Sam Elliott. I don't care, young or old. Sam Elliott, and the other one I like is.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Oh, I can look. I just can't touch. He can look. But no, I'm happily married. Well, I have some things, some questions, and some things I wrote down.
I like questions,
and you're good at answering them too. So I just wanted to get your ideas on some of these things that I had down. So I know you've probably talked about this before, and I've been so busy because I'm going to be a new grandma. So I've had that on the brain and selling and going to be buying a new house. So that's been busy. So I'm maybe a little behind on some of this. Yeah, we're going to sell our house. We got Monday. We got a buyer coming to look for it, but we got to find a house too. So it's hard to do that, but. Yeah, so we've got a lot going on. So I might be behind on it a little bit. So if I am, you guys, let me know. But I seen AOC. I was so proud of her. I wanted to stand up and applaud. Thank God, about time. She did such an excellent job, and she filed motions to impeach Judge Clarence Thomas and Alito and have them investigated for taking bribes and failure to recuse themselves. So I wanted to know how you felt about it. Do you see this going forward, or do you see any of them going to step down or anything like that?
Don't even get me started. Absolutely, but not now. This won't be till after the election. Let me tell you, Alito and Thomas are both praying that Biden loses. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be, Trump is not nearly going to win like he thinks he's going to win. And no. I'm going to tell you that I see immediately after that, Thomas looking for an exit. He might even say he's feeling well. Now, Tanya doesn't, I've often seen him not living, that we don't wish that. But I saw an ending with him for sure. So something's going to happen, and it might even be he uses his wife as an excuse, but he's exiting. He'll still get in trouble, but he's exiting. And then the next one is Alito, because they're all going to have to sit before the Senate.
Okay, well, that makes me feel good because before you came on, I read on it, and I had gotten that I felt that Clarence Thomas will step down, but I got not until 2025. I got
Yeah.
that it will be, it'll have something to do. They're going to be, scared to death when Biden wins, because he is going to win, and they're going to be scared to death because right now he was trying to get rid of Jack Smith, saying a special counsel is illegal and all this stuff. And the thing is maybe he heard an inkling about what was going to happen, that they were thinking of a special counsel, or heard rumors, I wonder, about the impeachment. But I feel like because of his wife and what she did, he's going to have to step down, or she will be prosecuted. I feel like maybe there's going to be some sort of what do you want, compromise. You step down and maybe your wife won't go to jail.
Exactly.
And Alito, I feel like he's going to get impeached. I don't feel like he'll voluntarily step down, but
I saw him going, but I wasn't sure if he was impeached, because I see them having to pick Supreme Court justices. I just see back and forth that, like, there's going to be a lot of people interviewed, and the good news is the Republicans aren't going to be able to hurt them. Hey, can I ask you real quick? I'm sorry to do you see McConnell going, or being too sick to keep going?
Mitch McConnell, I felt, let's see, Mitch McConnell going to I feel next year, I feel him passing.
Okay. And people are going in 2025, you guys.
I was just double checking. I was feeling that, but I wanted to do the pendulum just to see if I was getting what I was feeling.
Oh, yeah. The other one I don't feel good about, that's always had bad cards, is Bill Barr. For years, I've seen horrible cards on him.
Let's see. Will Bill Barr be indicted? Let's just ask. Will Bill Barr be indicted? Will Bill Barr be indicted? It's given me an unknown. It's too soon to tell. But I don't know if he will.
I see him testifying against Donald Trump.
Yeah, I think so. If he gets out of, I think it's given me unknown, because maybe it's dependent on does he talk or does he not talk? And right now, he's going to talk. They're all out for themselves. If his butt is on the line, he's going to tell everything he knows. Hey, Luana Bailey, thank you. That's so nice of you. But yeah, I know that Clarence Thomas, he was talking about Jack Smith wanting to remove him. And I wondered if he knew, do you feel he knew ahead of time about this when he did that, when he was trying to go against the special counsel and all this? Or do you think this was just, surprised him, that he was not expecting AOC to do this at all?
I think let me tell you, they got that attitude like Trump. Never mind, you guys are minor players. It's almost like they don't care. That attitude they gave, even when Justice Roberts is over there hitting his head, that attitude, like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I went to Russia on Putin's time. Who cares? That's what I'm getting.
Yeah,
I'm getting whatever, but they really are praying that Trump goes in, because they know if Trump doesn't go in, it's over. I'll tell you, the one that's really freaking out is Ginny Thomas.
Oh, yeah. And I think a lot of them are freaking out. I think a lot of them are fighting for him so hard to get in, because they know if Biden gets in, their goose is cooked, Yeah. A lot of them are going to go down. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jim Jordan, and some others, are going to be getting indicted.
Johnson, the speaker, he was part of the insurrection.
Yeah. I got something on him, and I think he's got some dirty little secrets too that are going to come out, next year.
I'm weird about that. Just a few years younger than him. Boy, he's like Matt Gaetz. Anyway.
Do you there's more news coming out about this Project 2025. More of the Republicans are starting to hear about it that had not heard about it before. And then all of a sudden Trump is like distancing himself, saying, I don't know anything about it.
And all through the whole thing, but he's saying he wasn't part of it.
Do you I feel like this is going to change the mind of a lot of Republicans that were going to vote for him.
And
And
they're even talking just recently, they're talking about, you remember how Trump let people drill on the Grand Canyon
yeah,
National Park Plan? Uh,
yes.
and everybody was so upset, but he can do it because he's president. That's what they're doing now. They're saying they can sell national park land to the highest bidder, and even are talking about taking some of the indigenous land away.
Yeah, and they're talking about taking women's right. They want to take women's rights to vote away. They want to make him to have absolute what do you call it when you can pardon? They absolute pardon power, which means his pardons cannot be questioned. So he could go tell somebody to kill somebody and then pardon them and it not be questioned. And now Biden, really, they've made him a king. Biden could do the same kind of stuff if he wanted to right now. The thing is Biden is an honest man. And I don't think he'll do it. And I think they're counting on that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Biden, but the good news is Trump is going to be a loser. He's going to be a huge loser.
Yeah, I've never, ever gotten him win. And somebody said too, I had a subscriber said, why would the framers require POTUS to take an oath of office if he can't be held liable for breaking that oath with quote unquote official acts? So why even put your hand on the Bible and take the oath if you have no rules?
You heard what Trump wanted when he took the oath. He wanted to take the oath on his book. Do you remember that book that he didn't even write? He thought that would be better. And they said, no, sir, you need to take the oath on a Bible.
Oh, I know. And he wasn't even a Republican. He used to be a Democrat, for the longest. This is something I didn't know if you knew, but I thought I would read it in case anybody else has seen this. And I did want to say, by the way, I canceled my New York Times too.
Me too. Were you able to do it online or did you do it?
I did it online and I wrote a letter to them telling them that this is why I'm canceling. They want to know why. I said, this is why. They kept referring to President Biden as, here Trump's not the president, and they refer to him as president, even at the debate. But they were referring to President Biden as just Mr. Biden, and everything was negative against Biden. I'm like, I thought New York was hated Trump. What is this with the New York Times?
They do hate Trump. That's a fact. New York hates Trump. You can take that one, I think.
That's why I got the New York Times, because I figured I would be getting more, it would be
all about money. That fear-based stuff is where you make your money.
Yeah, because the guy on Fox, Rupert Murdoch, they interviewed him one time and he said he didn't care if they were lies. He didn't care if they were lies. He said he was going to keep on telling because that's what gives ratings. And that's all he cared about was ratings. And even Trump said in Hollywood, if he wanted to make a movie, he could be evil. He could be the worst possible person, which is, and it wouldn't matter because all it matters is ratings. So they're just alike.
I'd be curious if anybody's heard if the New York Times has lost a lot of subscriptions. I'd be curious. I know CNN ratings went way down.
I'm going to ask my pendulum. Has the New York Times lost a lot of subscribers due to their anti-Biden? Yes. Are they going to lose more? I get a big yes. I've heard of others. I'm not the only one. You're not the only one. I've heard of a lot of other people that have canceled, and I think we all should tell them why, This is the thing I didn't know if you had heard. And you probably have because you're up on things better than me. But it says there was a political report that George Clooney consulted with Obama before publicly calling on Biden to step down on the race. And Obama did not try to deter Clooney. It is raising questions about where Obama stands on Biden's candidacy. Despite the former president's publicly declaring his support for his former vice president, it's been widely reported that Biden harbors deep regrets about listening to Obama and others in the party who urged him not to run for president in 2016, in part because Biden was grieving over the 2015 death of his son, Beau, and also because they believed Hillary had a better chance of beating Trump. So I wanted to know, do you feel that Obama had anything to do with getting Clooney to say Biden should step down? I don't feel he did either. So I brought it up only because this is in the news and other people may be wondering about that. Although I do think it would have been better if Biden would have run in 2016. But I think because he was grieving, they thought it was a bad time. But I think he regrets it because he feels that if he would have run, he could have beat him and we would have not been dealing with Trump right now.
Yeah.
If he wouldn't have gotten the taste.
He didn't want to step in front of Hillary. He didn't want to put Hillary, was determined to go. And we thought she was going to win. We really did. Everybody was shocked when the jerk off won.
Oh, I know. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys in the chat.
By the way, Clooney would have talked to Obama because they're friends and told him what he was coming forward with. But Obama wouldn't have encouraged him. He may not have told him don't do it, but he was listening to the reasons why Clooney, he allowed people to do what they need to do.
I think that too. That's how I felt. Like he didn't discourage him, but he wasn't the reason, and he didn't encourage him because he's like, he's going to do, it's his money. It's his life. He's going to do what he wants to do. I think he's wrong. And I'll tell you who I love, and I know you probably love her too, Jasmine Crockett. She was on, and she has been defending Biden. She was on. She's going from news station to news station. Oh, I wish we had 100 more like her. She was saying, listen, she says, even if this isn't the ticket that you wanted, you've got two choices here, democracy or a dictator.
Well, I'm telling you, if Biden doesn't step down and Biden's in the running, George Clooney is going to vote for Biden.
Yes.
He's not going to vote for Trump.
Not if he's not crazy. Anybody who votes for him, it's just crazy. If you want to keep your democracy, you will not vote for Trump. I have told my friends that. I have told my family that. But Jasmine Crockett, she says, a lot of people are saying they're trying to force him to step down or to get him to step down, and they want Kamala. She says, well, if you like Kamala, she's on the ticket. She's on the ticket. So, why not just vote for Biden? She's on the ticket. If you're concerned that he might have health problems or something in the future, then you want Kamala. She's there. She's on it. And she said, and one is headed to heaven and the other one's headed straight to hell. She said too. And also I watched Cohen. He was on and he was telling a lot of the MAGA people, he was on a rant. Cussing. What
did he say?
He said that you MAGA people, and I can't say all the things he said about him, but he said like with 4 brain cells, and he said, you think you want your Second Amendment? You're worried about the Democrats taking your Second Amendment. If he becomes an authoritarian, which he will, you're losing your guns. It's not going to be safer gun rules. You're losing your guns because there is no dictator in history who has allowed their people to keep guns because they don't want you coming after them and taking that power away from them. So yeah, he's right. And me and Dale was talking about that. They're going to lose their guns if they vote for Trump, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
years ago, when we knew Trump threw his hat in because he was scared about all the stuff coming after him. I said Biden would win, but I wasn't sure not that he would die, but within 2 years, he would serve at least 2 years and he may hand the hat over to Kamala. That's what I saw. I can't change what I saw. I tell you what I see. I'm hoping that he's going to be strong enough to last the full 4 years. The only way that Biden wouldn't be front and center is if something happened to him before the thing, which isn't going to happen. I didn't see that. But I'm telling you, if it wasn't him, it'd be Kamala. She's in. Don't worry. Trump's going to lose.
Yep. And I read on that too. And I know a lot of people, I've seen some people have said that he's going to go the full 4 years. And I'm like you, what I keep seeing and what I keep getting is like 2 years. And then I don't know if it's permanent. I don't know if it's temporary, but I get 2 years, and then he has some sort of little health problem that he either steps down permanently and gives it to Kamala and lets her take over, or he steps down for a while. But I feel like, I keep feeling Kamala after a couple years, but nobody knows for sure. But that's what I keep getting too. And that's okay, because there was somebody, I had a friend who they texted me and they said, oh Deanne, I'm so worried, what if Kamala, and start running Kamala down. I go, what do you know about her? And so I referred her to my community page, because if you go down there and scroll down, there's this lady, she's called the political lady or whatever, but she names a laundry list of all the achievements Kamala has done as vice president behind the scenes that nobody knows about, because she lets the president take center stage. But there is a laundry list. She is the most accomplished vice president we have ever had in this country, of the accomplishments that he has done. So I'll send it to you. It's really me. We were like, whoa, we didn't know that. So anybody who says something about her, I send them that.
Let me tell you, it breaks my heart that Stephen King and George Clooney and Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart?
Yeah, he's talking trash about Biden.
I love Jon Stewart.
Rob Reiner. Yeah, they're all anti-Biden. He needs to step down. So yeah, whatever.
I wonder if it's because they're so afraid of Trump. And at this late date, if this late time in the game,
they can't do it.
Who do they want? Who's going to do it? And
if Biden dropped dead and they had to put Kamala in, the nation would feel bad about Biden going and would give it to Kamala because he was a good president. She'd keep his things going. They're not going to go for him. Not at all.
But she's on the ticket anyway. So if you would vote for Kamala, vote for Biden. She's on the ticket. If you have any concern,
she may choose Pete Buttigieg as her VP.
Where did you get that?
Somebody sent it to me.
Oh, that is too funny. Oh my gosh. It said Donald's name is on the 2025 document numerous times. Project 2025, also Agenda 47. Yeah, a subscriber had said, oh, they're not into he doesn't know anything about 2025. It's 2047 that he's with. And it's like, it's the same thing. They didn't realize it's the same thing. Let's see. I wanted to talk about Greg Abbott. I watched Texas. The Texas guy with the hat. He always sits in the rocking chair. I can't think of his name.
But he's really good. Yeah.
I think his name is, maybe. You guys tell me the name if you know it. But he's really good. But he's pissed. He had his coffee cup. He had to go away because he had some cussing to do. Greg Abbott, he abandoned his people, just like Cancun Cruz, and in their time of need, to go to Korea on business, because a bunch of factories are being built in Texas because of the CHIPS Act that Biden passed. But Abbott is taking credit for that, just like Trump tried to take credit for the insulin prices, the cap on insulin. Right. So he didn't even ask his people for help for his people. It's over 100 degrees. And there's elderly people. There are people that could die from this heat. And isn't he the one too that didn't want people to have a water break or a?
Oh no, that was Ron DeSantis.
That's Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
Well, because of this, because of Cancun Cruz taking off on his people during when they were all freezing, and now Abbott takes off on his people when they're all dying of practical heat stroke. I'm just wondering how that's going to affect him. I looked up to see if he could be voted out, but it's not until 2026.
I know.
And so I'm wondering, is there a way? I wonder if there's a way that they can get rid of it.
They tried to get rid of Governor Newsom here in California. They had a big, you sign a petition. They tried to get rid of him 3 times. They lost every time. They might be able to do a petition to have him removed. So, hey, Swami Mommy said she works in insurance claims.
Uh-huh.
She's hearing stories from the people filing claims about Abbott.
Interesting. Really?
Yeah.
When
Very interesting.
I hope they don't do like you. Didn't you say in California you can't even get insurance anymore because of the
Well,
fires?
what happened? It was terrible. State Farm, my people. In fact, they told me if I sold my house, they would insure me if as long as I didn't live in California. I'd have to live in a different state. So because of the fires, they just decided we're not covering you guys. Then they did change it because what happened was, as you tell people they don't have insurance, their mortgage companies are calling in. You don't have insurance for this, so we can't have you owning a house. But so they changed it. You have everything but fire insurance, and then you can buy fire insurance through the government, like they do.
Oh,
I pay for earthquake, which is as much as my home insurance per year, my earthquake insurance. So, it's $2,000 a year, or maybe a little less, because I got the shoring of the bottom of my house that
uh-huh.
the foundation is shored in case of an earthquake, and I get a discount. So,
Well, yeah, I heard that here we've been looking for a house, and they said my realtor told me everything I'm looking at is just garbage. I mean, and the prices are really high, and she said, she goes, well, a lot of people from California and stuff are finding out about the Midwest. The prices are so cheap here for houses. Like she
yeah,
said, your house would be $450,000 in California. And she says, so people sell their house and they go and buy your house at a fourth of the price, and they can pay cash for it. And so they said we're catching up with the rest of the market. So it's good I bought my house when I did, but
yes.
I
And a
found
lot of people moved to Arizona. Somebody that I read that lives in Arizona, she said there's a lot of people from California that moved to Arizona. But oh my God, it's so hot in Arizona too.
I know Tanya's been telling me every time I talk to her on the phone, she's like, it's 110 here. And she said, and it's been like in the 70s. It won't stop raining here. We've had rain, 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 rain
And where
nonstop.
are you at again?
I'm in Illinois. I'm
Okay.
in I'm in Illinois, near Peoria, Illinois, and it just will not stop raining here.
Okay. But did Beryl come through there? Hurricane Beryl?
No, we don't have hurricanes here. We don't have any
No, but
ocean or anything.
the tail end of it. Even in Vermont, they're having terrible flooding from the tail end of Beryl coming through and raining like
Oh,
crazy.
well, maybe that's part of why we're getting all the rain. Um, somebody had said here, wanted that one of the subscribers said that they listened to Arthur's show, and he mentioned that we're all so tired from absorbing all the incoming higher energy. I asked my guardian angel for help on perspective on Biden and Trump, and got the thought that Biden is tired from downloading all the newer higher energies like we are. That is why he seems so weary, and Trump isn't absorbing them because of the way that he is. This
Yeah.
gave me hope. What do you think, Linda?
Oh,
She
I'm
asked.
sure. Don't forget they overtaxed him. They fed him too much information. And he's 80 some odd years. Yeah, he's old, you guys, but what's our next choice?
But so
You know,
is Trump.
about replacing Biden when Biden threw his hat in the ring, and then if he would have said, I realize I'll be this old, let's get Kamala in there. It's a horse of a different color. We would have gotten along for it. But you can't do a couple of months before the thing and say, oh, you need to change. Oh, hell to the no.
Yeah, and think about it. They keep saying about him being old. Well, Trump's only 4 years younger. What about Covfefe? What about the ranting about Hannibal Lecter, about toilets, about saying having to flush toilets 15 times? Come up with that out of the blue. What is it? Obama. He thought he beat Obama. He got Nancy Pelosi mixed up with what's her name? The other one that was running. My brain just lost her name. That was running for president.
Hillary Clinton.
No, the other one that was running for Nikki Haley. He got Pelosi and Nikki Haley's name mixed up, and Nikki Haley was running against him, so he should know that.
Yeah.
He has done so many senile moments where he'll start.
They don't put the microscope on him for it. Not at all.
No.
And this Epstein thing, how come it isn't front page news? How come I don't watch MSNBC anymore? You guys, you would probably tell me if they're, but the only way you can get information on it is by, back backstreet stuff.
Yeah, that's what I want to know, because they came out, didn't they open up the Epstein files, and his phone number is all over there. He called him multiple times,
Well, the girl
pictures
that
of
was
him.
assaulted is filing another lawsuit against him. She tried before. She was violated terribly.
Katie
She's
Johnson.
13 years old. She tried before, but there were so many death threats because you know he's a mobster, Trump is.
Yes.
And tried to, and she got scared, and now she's back. And other people that were assaulted are coming back. This might be like, what was that big producer? What was his name?
Weinstein.
This might be sort of a, you know, but that's, I think, because Sterling's always said he saw Trump leaving the country. And I remember thinking, okay, that's weird. Why would he leave? Well, he's leaving because he lost and he knows everybody's coming after him.
Yeah.
Think about it. If all these Epstein proof beyond a reasonable doubt coming out that you molested people, he's out of here.
Yeah, I had that down to ask you. Her name was Katie Johnson, and she was only 13 years old, and she was kept as a sex slave there. Allegedly, that's what she says. I have to say allegedly, but that's what she says. I believe her. But she was kept there as a sex slave, and he and Epstein both assaulted her. She was tied down, said she asked him to wear something, and he said no and smacked her. And when she said, "What if I get pregnant?" he said, "Have a effing abortion," and threw money at her.
Yeah.
So, you know, I have to say, allegedly, he says it's not true, but she came forward when she was 13 and said she was she came forward earlier in 2000, was it 16? Or when it happened, and they said,
I remember reading this story before. I read this long, and nobody was picking up on it. It was interesting.
And there's others too, not just her. And that there's a subscriber that I have that said she saw the paperwork of like two others, and you know, that were also said the similar things happened with him.
Well, they were going to get Epstein, and Epstein did not commit suicide. I will go to my grave telling you that. He was taken out, and there was a guy who served in that particular jail, and he said there's no way that the guards were gone, the cameras were off. Hello. It doesn't take a specialist to figure this out. And guess who visited him the day before he was taken out? Was Barr.
Yep.
And Barr's father is in those papers. So he's trying to protect his father's image. But this, I think people are shaking in their boots. I wouldn't doubt if a lot of people are saying, no, we want somebody else because they're in the file with the Epstein files.
Yeah. I think so too. And you know, there was the woman who sold her, who said they said she sold this little Katie Johnson to Epstein. She was in jail and she committed suicide too. So
or did her.
Yeah.
Maxine Ghislaine, or how do you pronounce her name?
I can't pronounce her name, Ghislaine, but yeah.
She was in jail and Barr was going to go see her and she refused to let him see her. She refused to see her. I wonder why.
Well, yeah. And didn't they move her to a different prison? She was probably scared. I have to tell you too, by the way, you are like Superwoman. You were on with Andre this morning, and then you were on with Tanya, then you're on with me, then you're going to the vet. Can you rub some of that energy on me when we go to the convention?
Days with nothing. You know, I do have my down days.
I was like, I could not believe. I'm like, she did 3. She's doing 3 in a row.
Yeah, but I'm having time, and a lot of stuff we're talking about is stuff I don't need to look up because I've looked at them before. So I just tell you guys what I got, you know.
Let's see.
I just want to keep assuring, and I want to apologize to anybody out there that's written me, because I do get a lot of emails, sometimes too much. There was a professor that talked about President Biden, and she was really good. She talked about the polling, and she says, I just want to tell this news media to knock it off. Do you remember she has blonde hair?
Yeah.
I got about 25 links to that story. Do you see what I'm saying? I get so many, it's very hard to get through them all. But sometimes I'm like, come on, man, get out of the downer thing. But the bottom line is, don't worry, because Trump's going to lose big time. I'm going to tell you right now. But I can understand, because my guide said the purpose for me to be here is to keep people calm. So, I'm sorry if I get a little bit irritated.
And I understand, but you being a psychic and you knowing this, and you've read on it 100 times, and
Yeah.
other people, they don't have that ability, and it's, I can see people,
Well,
they see that 2025 and they're scared.
People just want to be assured. That's why they watch us. That's why a lot of these people doing these shows are getting so popular. They just want to hear it. They want to know. And it helps when we give little tidbits that come true. Like I saw the black wreath on the White House. Well, we did lose a senator, our former governor, and then senator from Oklahoma. He died. I saw people were like tripping. Oh, I saw Marshawn stand up and tell the jury to come out of the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? I saw him stand up and tell. I said, "Ooh, I see Marshawn is upset." And I thought he was mad at Trump. What he was, remember that somebody was talking, that guy was giving him an attitude. And he told the jury to leave. He told the whole place to go. And then he gave that guy a what for. Well, I saw that. But that was cool because my guides gave me that download. So I was able to tell you guys. And then when it happens, when it comes true, because people are like tripping, Linda, oh my God, you saw that. That it gives people some sort of hope. It gives them, well, gee, maybe Linda is picking it up. Maybe Linda truly is. Because, we can make stuff up as we go along. I try to be careful because even when I was telling my guides the other day, everybody's tripping. I go, what can I tell them? You know what they showed me? They showed me the New York, down in downtown New York, that thing that tells you the news that goes by. What is that called?
Mm-hmm. Marquee?
The marquee. Biden wins. I even felt like I said Biden wins by a landslide, but I saw a picture of President Biden and I saw the marquee and people like yelling.
Yep. And this Epstein list and this in the Project 2025 that's been out all over, and it's been even out on X. People are seeing it. It's like gotten thousands and thousands of views. Even if they are not for Biden, the people who say that they are they, how can they vote for somebody that is,
they're like saying, okay, then vote for Hitler.
Right. They want their freedom. They want their Social Security. Their kids, Sabrina, I wanted to see what Sabrina said before. Oh, by the way, guys, I am going to give an honor of Linda being here. I don't get to see her that often, and it's like a special occasion when I do. So I'm going to give away. I've had a little esoteric shop. I sell manifesting oils to help you manifest goals. And I've got the link up above, manifestshop.net. But I'm going to give away a free bottle of oil if you put the hashtag, for United States people only. I can't ship overseas. So if you're from the United States, just put hashtag manifest. And at the end of this, I'm going to draw a name for a free bottle for you guys, just in honor of Linda being here.
Hi, Tanya.
Hey, Tanya, buddy, old pal. I love her. We were going to do a show Friday night, but she said, Deanne, I'm going to, with all the stuff I've been doing, we're going to hold off till next week. And we do a paranormal show. It's so much fun.
I love it. I want to go. Hey, so Sabrina, no, Judge Marshawn will not change out. No, he will not throw out.
And was there any other one? I thought I seen another one on here. Oh, Linda, you always saw that Rachel Maddow and another anchor on MSNBC on election night. Linda, you always saw that Rachel Maddow and another anchor on MSNBC on election night see that Florida goes blue. Oh, so are you feeling Florida going to go blue?
Them and Nicole Wallace. Very surprised. Actually, they're going to be very surprised. But I got to tell you guys something, and you guys give me a heads up. I don't know who to watch the night of the election. I am not going to watch MSNBC or that guy at the board. I don't need any Debbie Downers. I want to watch this manifest, but what channel do I watch? Do I go to CBS or I don't want anybody talking. I just want the numbers. I don't need, or do I just go to bed and wake up the next morning?
Well, and see, that's what I did, Linda. I don't have cable. I do not have cable. So I end up watching YouTube. I'll watch like, Midas Touch, things like that.
Watch Midas Touch. That's an excellent idea.
Yeah, that's who I usually will watch.
Have it. Yeah.
And there's a guy, I can't think of his name. He's real skinny, he wears a suit and tie, and he has a lawyer, has gray hair. He always talks with him about the legal things, and he's really good too. I can't think of his name. I'll put it down if I can think of it. But I that's why I got the New York Times, Linda. I thought, well, if I read it, it won't affect me so much. If I read it, I don't want to hear his voice anymore. So I thought if I read it, then that will be a better way to get my news. But when they started saying Mr. Biden and saying he should step down, and they were just, like you said, Debbie Downer about it, I thought, I don't want to read this.
It's a shame.
So let me see here. Okay, you guys are all putting it in there. I just was checking. Yep, put it in there. We've got just a little bit.
I got an email from a watcher. I was so surprised. She said, you called Trump Orange Crush, which I've been doing for 8 years now. I called him the Orange Crush. And she said, don't use that word anymore because that's something with the Denver Broncos. And I never heard of it. I'm like, dear God, because if I use the word Debbie Downer, people get upset, which I don't blame because there's a lot of Debbies that don't want to be, or Karens, they get upset. I've always get these people saying no, and I was shocked that I got somebody that said don't use Orange Crush. So I'm trying to think of another name, Orange Julius.
What does Hogarth call him? Duck L'Orange, and
Duck L'Orange, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And Lena calls him the Yeti.
Yeah, she's so cool.
I love her. Said, hi, girls, Sabrina. Oh, did we answer this one? Diaper Donnie has asked.
We already answered.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if we'd answered that one yet. I just seen it. Let's see. More Dims.
Trini said Felon Melon.
Felon Melon. I banned all MSM. There are not for the people or freedom. They work for their masters. Oh,
exactly.
Well, we're going to be going, so because Linda's got to go to an appointment for the vet, so I'm going to do the drawing. But I did have one question. I wanted to see what you're going to say. It's a yes or no. Jared and Ivanka. Somebody want to know: do you feel they're going to be investigated for collecting the $680 million during the time in the White House?
I told you guys way back when I started this before. But with the 2000 election, I see Jared in jail in an orange outfit.
I've gotten that too. Forever.
I never saw his daughter because she'll throw him under the bus.
Yes. If you even go back like 6 months ago, I always read the cards and I said, Jared's going to jail. She won't. At the very most, if she got anything, it'd be home because she'll get out of it. She'll testify against her own husband.
Remember, you guys, this takes time. So but right when we get the new administration, whoa, I'll be watching. I'll tell you, I'll be looking so forward to it.
We're going to have a party, when this happens. We'll have to get together and have a big show and have a big party and celebrate.
Middle of July. Can you believe it? It's just flying by.
And it's on my birthday. It's on my birthday. So that's all I want for my birthday. Nothing else. Let Biden be president. He will be, but when it happens, it's going to be the best. It's my 60th birthday too. So it's a big birthday. So he's going to win. He's got to win. So, all right. But I believe it with all my heart. We're all getting that. Nobody's.
Well, look at when Trump won before. It was all showing. It was like, we didn't even know The Apprentice was all fraud. It looked like he was somebody. He went in, he was a showman. Like my friend Dan always says, it's the way he presents. But the thing is, he lies so much, and he lied a lot back then too. But he did win in 2020 because people caught on to him. And now it's worse. What he's presenting with that project and with the Epstein, it's worse.
Yep, it is. Okay, let's see. So you got 10 seconds. I'm going to count down from 10, put #manifest, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a name. All right, I'm going to share the screen. and do my giveaway tool. So, okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit the drawing. Oh, I did something wrong. Hold on. Let me go back. I thought I had it. I got in too big of a hurry. All right. You got us in a few more seconds. Okay, draw. I just learned to do this. So, okay, Linda Bishop. Yay, Linda. Okay, so Linda, what you do is you just go to, I'll show you just real quick, go to manifestshop.net. I'll just show you really quick. This is it. This is my site, and these are some of the oils here. And if you go here, you can hit shop all, get a gift card, book a reading. If you hit shop all, it'll come up all the different oils that I have right now. And you just click on them and it'll tell you what they are. So if you have any questions, you can, my phone number is in the, down there. It's in the description down there. And it's also in the chat. So you can call me, text me, and I'll help you if you have any questions. So I know you got to go. I could talk to you forever and ever because I cannot wait.
My babies are getting their well baby checkup. It's nothing.
I know. They're so cute. They are so cute. I love dogs. I'm a big dog lover. So
I'm going to have to turn my car on and get it cool. And then I have this mat that I put in the back for them because it's going to be hot. I don't want those babies in the car any longer than they have to be.
I don't blame you. So we'll have to get together maybe.
Did you always have a car with air conditioning?
No, you roll down the windows.
Yeah. That's how
I didn't have a house. I didn't have a house with air conditioning. When I was a kid, we all fought over laying in front of the fan, and it'd blow the hot air, or we'd go under the sprinkler, or we'd take the hose and get each other with the hose. And yeah, we didn't have, I slept in the attic. It was an upstairs attic, and there was you could fry an egg up there. So we would always beg if we could sleep out on the front porch because there would be a breeze that would come in. So I really appreciate this central air, and I'm really feeling for those people in Texas. So everybody, please pray for them.
Yeah, God bless them.
So, well, I won't keep you.
My first car that I got that actually had air conditioning was a Datsun B210.
I had a Dodge Swinger. It was avocado green. It was the ugliest car you ever seen. And I used to wear dresses to work, and I had to take a screwdriver and open the hood and put it in the butterfly choke because it would die every time I was on a hill. I remember I accidentally backed into this one big, huge guy's Cadillac. I thought he'd kill me, but he ended up being the nicest guy. But yeah, you know what though? I appreciated that car because my dad did not let me back it out of the driveway till I had it paid for, insurance paid for, plates paid for. I had to work for that car. Nothing wasn't given to me, and Dad picked it out. He picked out the ugliest one he could have possibly picked.
My very first car was a Valiant, a 63 Valiant, 3 on the wheel. No air conditioning. My first car with air conditioning was a Datsun B210.
I have to look up that. I'll have to look up a Datsun B210, you said?
10.
Okay. Yep, my Dodge Swinger. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have that anymore. But hey, it got me where I needed to go with a screwdriver.
There you go.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and check out. So Linda can go get her puppies to the vet, and maybe me, you, and Tanya can do a show together sometime because I'll set up something. All right, let me go and hit my thing here. Okay. Oh, I got to hit my goodbye. So, all right, here we go. Bye, everybody. Thank you for being here. Bye, Linda.